Okay, in this video, we're going to go over how to build a block-like section with the blocks of color extending all the way to the edges of the screen with your content in the middle. This is actually a review of what we went over in class this past Thursday. Excuse me. Here's my site, and this is basically what we're going to be doing. You can see right here you've got individual blocks of color that are expanding all the way from the left side of the screen all the way over to the right with content in the middle. So let's get right to it. So I'm going to go ahead and make a new folder here on my desktop. I'm just going to call this Video 1. And I've already got a version of Bootstrap already downloaded. I'll go ahead and drag it in here. Okay, get rid of that. And then I'm going to go ahead and open this folder up in Sublime. Okay, I'm going to make my text a little bigger for you. All right, so as I said, this should be a review. So we're going to go to get Bootstrap so we can get our basic templates. And select, paste. All right. So once again, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of all this stuff, hello world, and these JavaScripts. For the immediate time beings, we're not going to be needing any of that stuff. I'm going to go ahead and change my title. I'm just going to call this Video 1 Block Tutorial. All right. So go ahead and save this. And remember, always save this as an index.html. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and open this up in Chrome. And as you can see, we have a nice big white page. Okay. So if you remember, we need to be able to create additional styles than what Bootstrap is. While yes, you could go ahead and modify this Bootstrap style sheet, I would strongly recommend, just for the sake of organization, to go ahead and create your own. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and copy this link right here, and I'm going to call this styles. Styles.css. Now, we haven't created this file yet, so I'm going to go in here, change my syntax. Now, if you're using Dreamweaver, all you have to do is if you go create a new file, it's going to ask you what type you want to pick style sheet. So I'm going to go ahead and save this. And remember, since this is a style sheet, you always put it in your CSS folder. Styles.css. Fantastic. Okay. So, first things first, we need to create our blocks, or in this case, our sections. And we can apply different colors to these, different styles to these, but we need to be able to just get something started so that we can build upon it. So I'm just going to call this class block. Okay. All right. Position relative. The reason why you want it to be relative is you want to have the blocks be able to stand on top of each other. Width, 100%. I say 100% because I always want these blocks to expand all the way to the width of the screen, no matter what size the screen is. Okay? And then I'm going to just do background color white. All right? So let's come back in here. Go div class block. Make sure you close it. This is important right here. And I'm going to go ahead and create 3 different blocks. Div class block. Okay. So now one thing that we forgot to do on this block is we need to be able to add some padding, create some distance between your content and the block borders. So as again, this should be a review from this past Thursday. And I'm going to do the shortcut way. So I'm going to do 60 pixels worth of padding and 0. Now this should be 60 pixels on both the top and the bottom of this div with 0 on the left and right. Obviously, the reason why you don't want anything to be on the left or right is because then you're going to have this horizontal scroll bar at the bottom of the screen. And as I said, you don't want that. Okay. So now if we go back to our Chrome, now granted you can't really see anything, but I can guarantee you there's something there. So I'm going to go ahead and inspect element, and there you can see right there. There are blocks stacked neatly on top of each other. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and close my inspector. All right, now let's go ahead and add some color. Okay, as in past lessons, let's go ahead and add a couple different colors here. So we're going to go div class. We'll go and do linen because we're going to go ahead and use one of those repeating background images like we did before. And then we're going to do block green. All right. Now, all these blocks are going to essentially be the same, but we want to be able to change the background. So what we're going to do is we're going to go background. Actually, we'll tell you what, we're going to come back to linen because we're going to need to go get an image for that. But for block.green, go background. I'm going to go ahead and put my semicolon. The reason why I'm going to do that is I'm going to open up Photoshop because I'm going to go get my hexadecimal color. All right. That looks pretty good right there. So what you're looking for is this 21DA97. All right, there we go. So we're going to go ahead and make green, green. So we go ahead and save that. Over to Chrome, and voila, you have 2 green divs. All right, now we need to get our linen image. We'll go back to Chrome, or I'm sorry, go back to Google. Go iOS linen, and let me download this one. My mistake. Images. I'm going to call this linen.png. You can see it there, downloaded. I'm going to go back to my code. Background URL. Now remember what we talked about in class about file pathing. Because this style sheet right now is in the CSS folder, we need to be able to get to the images folder. We need to use .. to be able to go back to the root directory of our site here. And after that, we're going to go ahead and type in images, assuming I can spell correctly, and then we're going to use linen.png. Okay. Now, so we've added the URL, and then we need to be able to tell our browser that we want to be able to repeat the image within this block. Okay. So since we have, we're going to go back to our HTML. So as you can see right here, we got class block green, and we're going to go ahead and name this one called linen. All right. Go back to here, and as you can see right now, you've got your 2 green and your 1 linen. All right. So now let's add some content here. So in order to be able to center our content using Bootstrap, div class container. Okay. And after that is div class row. Remember, so you've got your container to center everything, but then for every single columns or sets of columns of stuff that you want to be able to put into your row, you have to use columns. So div class column med, and we're going to do 3 columns in this block. So obviously, since Bootstrap, you have to do a total of 12. If we're going to do 3, that means we need to have 4. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select this. I'm going to paste this 3 times, or I'm sorry, 2 times. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and just start throwing in some dummy content. Okay, I'll go back to my text, and using that nifty little Chrome plugin, Lorem Ipsum, I'll go ahead and copy some. All right, now I don't want all of this in here, so I'm just going to go ahead and delete some of this. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and save this, go back to Chrome, and here we've got our headings. All right. Now let's go ahead and switch it up a little bit. Remember, same as before. So div class container div class row, and as I said, we're going to switch this up a little bit. So we're going to do the basic design theory of thirds. So we're going to do div class call med 3. Oops, sorry about that. Div class, and we're going to go call med 8, and sorry about this. I can't remember how you go about doing a offset column. Oh, there we go. Call med offset 1. All right. So let's do a cat. How about we do this guy? Save and jazz, and we're going to do sleepy cat. All right. So link to our image. Images sleepy cat.jpg. Oops, wrong link. There we go. There is our cat. And now we're going to go ahead and add some text. So we're going to go ahead and do a heading 2. This is my other heading. Once again, I'm going to go ahead and copy my content. Now I want this content to be a little bit longer, so I'm going to go ahead and paste it in there 3 times. Okay, now we've got some text in here, and I've also got some formatting errors. I'll go back and fix these here in a sec. As you can see, this bar is not supposed to be appearing like this. The reason being is because I've got a couple open divs. I want to go ahead and close those. There we go. Now, we need to be able to change the color of this text. And we only want this color, color change to appear within block or my div class block linen. So in order to do that, what we've got to do is go down here. So that means when I type this, any paragraphs or p tags within linen and block, I'm going to go ahead and add block linen h2 as well. I want my colors. We're going to do not quite white. We're going to do something that's just a tad off. So EF, EF, EF. Okay. Save that. There we go. Now this is a little more legible. Okay, and finally I'm going to go ahead and add some more content right here. So div class container div class row. And we're going to go ahead and switch it up yet again. So div class call med6. Now, by doing this, I'm basically going to get two divs that are exactly the same size. Go ahead and close my row. Now, this div right here, I'm going to go ahead and get a little more creative with this. I'm going to go ahead and basically throw some smaller sections within that. So in order for me to do that, I have to create another row. You cannot start throwing columns within columns without creating a row. So I'm going to div class call med4, div class call med8. Whoops. All right. As you can see right here, I've got a nice kind of really cool fan going out here that lets you know, or lets me know, that my code has been organized. So I'm going to go throw some more text in here. Go ahead and leave that the way that is. Come back here and look at our code. All right, we got a nice block of text over here. Now, let's go ahead and find another cat. Look at this guy right here. All right, there's my cat and jeans. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this up here. And one more thing that I forgot. We've got image thumbnail in here, but we need to add one more thing. We need to add image responsive. The reason being is because the image will not expand or contract if you do not put that in there. So image responsive. I'll go ahead and change this to circle. Oh, look at that cute little guy. All right. Go ahead and copy another heading in here. And we're going to go and change this one to an H3. Change this. Copy yet another line of code, or I'm sorry, text. All right. Go ahead and inspect everything right here, just make sure all of our spacing is correct. All right. I think that's about it. We've got a nice broken out section right here with a couple different blocks of text. I showed you how to basically put two columns within one. And we've got another block of text up here. And one more thing. I'll go ahead and post all of this code to go along with this video just so you can guys have a good place of reference to see what I used. All right?